Yes, Arsenal fans. G Talks Arsenal here on your football takeover reaction show to obviously yesterday's game, which is Arsenal 3, Sunderland nil. So yes, we're going to get into it. Obviously, we've got a full house as usual. We've got big up Bobby in the background, obviously pulling the strings as usual. Wishing him a speedy recovery, and we are still targeting a North London derby return for the man, the myth, and the legend that is Bobby. So big up Bobby. I'm joined obviously also by my partner in crime, Ali. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, all is good, man. 6 points clear. Happy days.
Excellent. And obviously next to Ali in the lineup here is Anil. What's going on, bro?
Gents, everyone good?
Everyone's
sir.
good, man.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Good.
All good, Dodsy.
All good. And then just underneath Neil on the screen is obviously Nick. All good, Nick?
Back once again like a renegade master. Come on, let's get it. Yes, all good, boys. All good.
Let's get into it. Definitely. And last but by no means least, Brenny, what's going on, bro? You good?
Yeah, I can't complain. I was actually
The
my
OG.
background. I was actually meant to swap to change it because if you see the guy next to Kenny Sansom, right, on this side here. Do you know who that is? And he was at the game yesterday.
Who is it?
Do you know who that is?
Adams.
Which way do you make
Tony
which way?
Adams?
Is that Tony
I'm sorry,
Adams?
It's got the red hat on.
No, not Tony Adams. Everyone knows that. The other guy next to Kenny Sansom. He was at the game yesterday. Yeah, but he was at the game yesterday. It was his derby. It was his derby. It's Niall Quinn.
Niall Quinn.
Yes, Niall Quinn.
Big Niall,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was in the box. I saw that.
His first major honour for the club. And he scored in his debut in 1985 against Liverpool.
The year I was born.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna get into things. So obviously, I think we'll talk a little bit about. I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you want to talk a little bit about the Liverpool City game now, or should we wait till the end?
Why not?
Yeah,
Right,
let's
go.
Black Man Tuesday. Let's get on with it.
Let's go with it. So yeah, cool. Right. So obviously, big game, just mad game actually. Just finished. Obviously, our title rival City went to Anfield and got a 2-1 win. I mean, Pep Guardiola's record there is atrocious. I think he's got 1 win in 10 games. I was looking at the stats before the match. Game, I kind of expected a really epic match. Started off quite flat, first 20 minutes. Liverpool didn't even have a shot on goal. 29% possession, I think it was, for the home side after about 22 minutes. The City, massively dominated the first half, probably. But at the same time, Liverpool were probably unfortunate to maybe not go into the half 1-0 up. Obviously, second half kicks off now, and then obviously the goals start pouring in. And obviously the scorers ended 2-1. So not the result that probably a lot of Arsenal fans wanted. From my text messages, WhatsApp, stories, Discord, timeline, there was a lot of investment from us Gunners. Let's not lie. A lot of us was invested in this game. And for a large part of the game, it looked like City, may draw the game or even lose the game, particularly when obviously that absolute beautiful strike that put them 1-0 up. So yeah, I'll come to you first, Ali, on this. I mean, obviously, I'm not sure how invested you were because I know you're a busy man. You might have followed the score, but what have you made of the result of Man City going to Anfield and winning 2-1? I mean, big statement, put some pressure on our lads. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I followed it via text message on BBC. I obviously followed it through the Discords and our group chats, which is great. Keeps me updated and informed. But for me, obviously, as a whole, Arsenal fans, we want to be 9 points clear. We want to be 8 points clear. It's better than 6. But if someone said to me at the beginning of the season, after 25 games, you're going to be 6 points clear of your closest rivals going into the home stretch now, basically, you're taking that all day long with a better goal difference as well.
Absolutely.
So for a boring side to be on plus 32 on the goal difference and 13 games to go, literally, Man City have to be perfect. They need to win 13 out of 13 to win this league. Yeah. That's where they're at now. Because you might as well, like Geek said, I think Geek said it on the last show or in one of those group chats. That's 6 points is 2 games. So really, they've got 11 games. Arsenal here. So we don't need to win 13. We need to win 11. So if we're doing that, if we win our 11 games in a row, for example, we've won the league. And that includes going to the Etihad, which we haven't done in a very, very long time. Just like G just said, Man City haven't won at Anfield for many, many years. So why can't we go and win there for a change after 5-10 years? It's the same thing. So this all comes down to mentality. Obviously, it's PTSD from previous title run-ins. But this football club, this team is totally different in terms of the mentality and how we go about our business. So slightly disappointed, but it didn't ruin my weekend.
I hear it. You know, as long as
if we were 6
like
points behind, if we were 6 points behind and then obviously they went and done that, I'd be fuming.
That'd be different.
But it's the roles are reversed. We should just be calm. We're good. Brentford is an extremely hard game. I'm sure we'll talk about that either tonight or in more detail on Wednesday. That's the game we got to focus on. Imagine, just say they drop points today. If we go and draw or lose to Brentford, what's the point of celebrating today?
Yeah, it's all about, at the end of the day, it's something that you've mentioned time and time again this season and on these streams. That it's all about us. It's all about focusing on us, winning our games, doing our thing, and that is the bottom line. You know, like you said, like for City to go on and win this league, we would have to have, you know, we'd have to obviously get into a bad form, and they would have to be more or less perfect, because right up until this point, I've said it. I always say it to people: the table never lies. The table never lies. Like, even if you want to talk about ref decisions or you want to talk about injuries or whatever, the most consistent side is always at the top of the league at the end of the season, or top of the league at that present time in the season. And I was having a bit of a conversation in one of the Premier League group chats on X. I don't think any of you are actually in that one. But it's just a Premier League group chat that we made years and years and years ago. And somebody was saying, you know, it's a rubbish league. And it was kind of like the narrative, in a way, like some Arsenal fans were saying last season. You know, some fans were saying last season was a rubbish league because Arsenal weren't on form, City weren't on form. By the end of the day, that weren't Liverpool's fault. No. Liverpool were the most consistent side last season. That's why they topped the table. That's why they won the league. Like, it's not a rubbish league. It's not a dead league. It's the most competitive league in world football, in my opinion. But right now, the most consistent side sits at the top of that table. Whether the most consistent side, whether we remain there is another question. We'll just have to see how the next kind of 13 games go. But yeah, the table never lies. And for me, there's no such thing as like a dead league or dead champions, because the best team in the country that season wins the league. It's just as simple as that. And you can make any excuse or narrative you want, but facts are facts. I'll come to you, Neil. Obviously, did you watch the game? What did you make of it?
Yeah, I watched the game. I said it in the group WhatsApp chat that we have. It was going to come down to who scores more goals in the second half. They both have terrible defenses. If you'd put that City team up against someone with a better defense than Liverpool, like a Sunderland or something, they weren't going to score. Yeah. So personally, I'm not worried. Like I've said all along, this league still has ups and downs to go. I still think both teams will drop points. Us and City, but I think we will be more consistent and they will drop more points than us, and we will win the league. And I've said it right in the beginning, there'll be ups and downs still, but in the end of the day, I have full conviction in our team, and our ability to keep clean sheets. It will come down to that, is my personal opinion. But yeah, I mean, that free kick was just
beauty.
Outstanding. It was an absolute rocket. I wish we had someone that could do that for our own Arsenal team. To be honest, I know we've got the corners, but you know, it's I would like to see Deck have more of a go at stuff like that, because I think he is someone that can hit them like that.
Yeah. It's a weird one though, you know, because like I've kind of had this conversation before. It's a weird one how we've got players that can, you know, put the ball in, pinpoint dangerous areas consistently. But then that doesn't really translate to actual like dead ball situations when you're shooting that goal. Like, it's a bit of a strange one, and we've not really had a dead ball specialist in terms of scoring direct free kicks for a while. I mean, I can't think if you can think off the top of your head, lads.
But what I want to
we have in our team that
what I want to say about that, mate, is I want to see Declan Rice hitting them, but I also want to see from the left. I want to see Saka hitting them when he's on form, because he can put that ball into that box with his left foot better than anyone else in the team. I don't want to see Ødegaard hitting any free kicks on his left foot. I don't want to see it. Your dead ball specialist should be Saka from anywhere more out to the left. But again, anything else other than that, I want Rice to be hitting them. Just hit them. Have them a go.
We've seen what Rice can do, obviously, with his double strike against Madrid in the Champions League. I'll come to you, Nick. Obviously, thoughts on the Liverpool game, obviously ending 2-1 to City.
Always disappointed, because it's like you're another 3 points, 9. It just feels like a head of steam. It would have been a bit of a reward for the Sunderland game, but I don't want us to be given anything. I want our boys to go out there and win it on the pitch, because then there's no excuses. We have got to be champions. We've got to go out there. And the thing that I want to make clear to any Arsenal fan watching, only we can play our fixture list. Nobody else. Yeah, what we do with that fixture list is whether we will win the title or lose the title. That is it. Nobody else can play our games. We are not behind anybody. We're ahead. So from now on, we have 13 games left of the season. What we do with those 13 games will determine whether we are champions or not. Not another team in the land can do anything about it, because we are 6 points in front. You all need to understand that and back your team, because we can't be feeding negative energy all the time into our boys. What they do for the next 13 games will be whether they're champions or whether they're runners up. It's down to them to decide. No other team gets a say.
No, it's true. It's true. It's very true. And I'll come to you last, Brenny. Obviously, I'm sure you would have watched the game. I know you're a massive football fan. You're kind of, tuned into all the Premier League games and so forth. I mean, just kind of a little bit of a switch it up a little bit. Obviously, give me your thoughts on the game, the performance, what impact you think this result had. Well, do you think this cranks up the pressure? Do you think this makes the Brentford game on Thursday night a bit more of a trickier fixture than obviously it was beforehand?
Well, I thought it was a very good goal from Sarr today, and against the Brighton. I'm just kidding. I saw both games today. I thought I'd get you off. What's going on? No, I'm just joking. The game today. You know what it is? It's City Liverpool. I didn't think it was a great game, but the free kick was something else. But I just looked at it and I thought, you know what? For Pep Guardiola around this time now, February, March, there's been times over the years where he's won the title and they've not always played great games, but they've got the results, and that's what we're gonna get. But you know something? I agree with everything all you three said, and for me, I look at it like Linford Christie, myself, Damos, we do know he worked with our mum. He was a winner, and I've read his book. And one thing I love about Linford is what he said when he was an athlete, even after he retired, is what we've got to do. Tunnel vision. We just got to forget everyone else around who's next to us or below us, and we just got to keep going forward, keep winning games. Don't worry about anyone else. Tunnel vision. That's what we have to do, and that's the only way. And if you don't think about other teams, and I think if the players, the manager, coaching staff don't think about other teams who are below us, 6, 7, 8 points. I think that's the only way I think that's one of the few ways we can win this title, is not worrying about anyone else. Because if we worry about anyone else, then we know what's going to happen. So, tunnel vision.
Well said.
Tunnel vision.
I think we see them say that though. We see a lot of the players like Dak, everyone else. A lot of them
Yeah.
are saying we don't watch the game. To be honest with you, we're concentrating on
Yeah.
ourselves. We're focusing on
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yep.
And I think that's the mentality that they've had this season. I think in past seasons, most of them probably would have got a chair out to sit and watch that game. But actually, this season, everything they've said, it could just be for the cameras, but everything they've said is, "Nah, I didn't watch it. Don't care. It's about us. We're concentrating on ourselves. We got to win our games." So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah.
Ben White's been doing that for years.
Right. and
He
fishing.
don't watch football games, does he?
Definitely. Yeah, he's a funny one. But yeah,
I
so
love
we'll
that
move
guy.
ahead. Obviously, thank you for your thoughts on obviously what was a big game. You know, it just means that look, City, you know, at the end of the day, it was an impressive result. Whatever you want to make of this current Liverpool
it was.
side. Anfield, going to Anfield is never easy. And coming from behind, you know, 75th, 80th minute, whenever it was that Liverpool scored to go on to win the game 2-1, that is impressive, regardless of Liverpool's, regardless of the fact that Liverpool are not playing well. So yeah, you know, credit where credit's due. Obviously now what I've got on the screen now is we're going to focus obviously on the Arsenal lineup. So 2 p.m. yesterday, the lineup was revealed. We started with Raya in goal, a back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, a midfield three of Zubi, Rice, and Havertz, and then a front three of Madueke, Trossard, and surprisingly for most, Gabriel Jesus through the middle. So I'll come to you first, Brenny, for this one. I mean, we've got the lineup here. I'm sure you know what the lineup is, so I will remove it from the screen to give you, obviously, full stage. What did you make of the lineup going into the game? Obviously, we discussed it at length in the preview show. We gave our thoughts on what we thought. We gave our thoughts on the predicted lineup. We spoke about, you know, all of Bobby's people's, you know, choice of lineup going into the game. But the actual lineup that Arteta put out, I mean, what were your thoughts?
I looked at that lineup and I thought, you know what, it wouldn't have been the lineup that I wanted, but I still thought we'd do enough to win the game. I mean, to be honest with you, the back five I was happy with. The midfield I was happy with. It was Gabriel Jesus, because I was thinking to myself, he seems to make more of an impression when he's coming off the bench. So, and I thought maybe Victor Gyökeres would start, but then I thought, in terms of the lineup, I thought, well, it's still good enough to deal with Sunderland. And then we 1-0 up. And I never thought Sunderland were going to get back in the game, even though they were probing. And I got to give props to Sunderland because they came to play football.
They did.
They came to play. And you know what I mean? And that's testament to their manager. And they were missing Xhaka. I don't think it would have made much of a difference, but they were missing him. I thought as well. I mean, I was watching, like, I was in and out watching. I was at work watching the bits of the game, but then I watched the whole 90 minutes yesterday on Sky. Yeah, it was on R8. So then I thought I could just dissect the game and just watch it all. And I thought that second half, I thought the substitutions were spot on in terms of pushing on for more goals. You know, so yeah. But all in all, it was a good performance that second half. Right result at the end. I did say to you guys on Friday, I actually thought it'd be 3-1. That was the only thing I got wrong. But then I also thought that I didn't think we expected to start off as quick as we did, and I thought Kai Havertz, I thought, it's got to hit the target there. You know what I mean? And but then I actually thought we'd score on 32 minutes, but then we scored. And then Zubimendi scored on 2 minutes. Yeah, but Zubimendi, for me, he's now showing how he's basically adapted to the Premier League. But I still feel he should be in the 8 and Declan in the 6, because when he goes forward, he does it to devastating effect. He really does. Goals, assists, you name it. And I hope and Trossard as well. I hope he's all right, because
he pulled up, didn't he? Yeah.
been. I mean, for me, Trossard. I think this season, for me, I think he's having his best season he's had in 2 years, two seasons, and
Yeah.
and I think for him, if he keeps up that consistency, it'd be very, very important to us on that left hand side. You know, we need to keep him fit.
Yeah, definitely, it's going to be important.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and just to summarize as well, Gabriel Martinelli, he seems to make an incredible impression whenever he's coming off the bench as well. And yeah, I mean, what he did yesterday, that's what he's capable of. I just feel sometimes with Martinelli, because I was a sprinter. Did the 1 and 2, then did the 4. And for me, it's with Martinelli, at times he looks like a 100-meter champion. And then there's times where he just looks like he's 50 meters. So I want him to be that 100-meter champion all the time, especially in beating his man, because he's capable of doing that all the time. And I just feel sometimes he doesn't always go top speed against those that aren't as quick as him. And I think that's important, because I think in terms of what he can do, especially with his speed, that's his biggest asset. So he needs to try and maintain that for the rest of the season. But and just to summarize, I thought even though Gyökeres scored 2 great goals, and kudos to that, I thought he did really well yesterday, and I've been one of his fans, and I'm loving what I'm seeing at the moment. And also, I thought Zubimendi was man of the match.
Nice. Thank you, Bernie. Obviously, I'm going to come to you now, Nick. Obviously, give us our thoughts. Give us your thoughts on obviously the lineup at 2 p.m. yesterday. And as Bernie did, just kind of summarize the performance, any kind of standout players, goals, anything about the game that you kind of enjoyed and that you'd like to share with the audience.
Yeah, I looked at the lineup and it was definitely not where I would have gone, because as I said, I'm wanting us to kill games early. So I would have rather go stronger. I understand what Mikel done there. And when I saw the lineup, I thought this is going to be about the substitutions changing the game. So it turns out, and that was kind of where I felt it would go. And the people that came on, Martinelli and Gyökeres, they've done their job. And it's not the first time this season that we have seen the substitutions come in and make a difference to the team. I have a question, even at this stage, whether does Arteta know it from a chemistry point of view, the best lineup for a certain game? I do wonder, because we are using substitutions to change the dynamic and all the rest of it. And there is just that bit. Do we? And I mean, there's a little bit of it where has he had his full squad to pick from all season? No. Has that chemistry been able to develop and build? No. So there is a little bit of that, mitigating circumstances. I felt the performance was a professional performance by Arsenal yesterday. Just want to shout out Dan Ballard. I thought he was, I honestly feel he carries on like this, and it's going to be maybe a season tops till he's at a top 6 club. I honestly do.
Yeah, good back.
And I just want to, one of the things that I liked was Trossard yesterday. I mentioned this in my chat. When he was, do you remember the Declan Rice effort that he curled just past the post? Want to see more from that, like that from Dex taking it on. But if you have a look at what Trossard was doing, it definitely looked like a coordinated move. He squared up to his defender, and he was just edging. And the moment that the player from the edge of the 18-yard box came to double up on him, he slipped in Declan Rice. Yeah. Declan Rice then just curled it past the post. And if you look at Zubimendi, he done exactly the same thing again. Squared up his defender. He was edging towards the, I'm going to go outside. You're going to go outside. The other guy came up to double up again, slipped him in. Wonderful shot. And I just thought there's just little bits that if you have a look, you can see we're trying to find different things. So I actually felt that was one of the times when you've watched a training video, we're putting it into play, shots from the edge of the box. And I like it. I want to see more of it. So it was a cracking goal. I thought Gyökeres done well, great for his confidence. And if you think about, we've had a great record against the top 6 for the past 3-4 years, right? but it hasn't got us anywhere because we
Mm-hmm.
we all slip up to a Fulham, a West Ham, or this, that, and the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
What we have now, if Gyökeres turns out to be a flat track bully,
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that, because
Yeah.
it is those games where we've needed a goal scorer to get ugly, to take that chance to be a bit of a predator. If he's now in a bit of a purple patch, I bet he can't wait to the next game right now.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
You can imagine he's feeling it
Yeah.
now. And
Definitely.
he's been doing it. And I think if he doesn't score against Chelsea or City, do we care if he bangs in 6 other matches of the lower opposition? Because
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
where we've struggled. Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
sort of thing? And
100%.
I'm seeing green shoots, guys. I'm feeling good on it. I'm like, yeah, let's go with this.
Wicked. And yeah, obviously, same question to you, Neil. So obviously, thoughts on the lineup that Arteta put out, summary of the game, the kind of performance, and obviously any standout performers for you personally.
Yeah, I think I pretty much voice everyone else's opinions. I think I get why he started Jesus in the game. I think he knows that we've got a few games coming up, particularly Brentford. But I think he also knows that Gyökeres is the number 9, the starting number 9, and I think he realizes that. For me, yeah, Zubimendi stood out. He's such a good player, mate. I know he's made a couple of mistakes this season, but he creates the tempo for us. Him and Declan Rice. I mean, let's just not. I think we often are so used to seeing Declan pull out performance after performance after performance, but this guy is just on another level. He is just on another level. I think Madueke had a terrible game. I don't think he was in the game very much, to be honest. But again, I think we can give him a pass. I think, you can't always have a good game, every single time. But I think as a whole, as a performance, I think Arteta got it right. And I'm usually very quick to judge Arteta, but I think he got it right. He got the tactics right. I think Sunderland helped because they didn't completely play in a low block. I think that helped us as well. But again, this is what we need to do, guys. This is on a weekly basis. This is what we need to do, and I agree with Nick. I think we win games sooner, get the boys off, rest them up, and we can do that. We can do that against Brentford. I know they're a good outfit. I know they're a good team, but I don't see Brentford, again playing in a low block. I see them playing maybe a mid to low block, but they're not going to play in a completely low block. But I think, overall, really happy. Again, I give Martinelli a lot of grief. I still think he's absolutely brainless, to be honest with you. But in a situation where he came on and did what he does best, I think he did really well. And also, I want to put one more thing in there. I think Eze played a really good, mature defensive game for us when he came on. I must give him credit for that, because I think there were a few times where he broke up play in the middle of the park. And long may it continue. I think Ødegaard will have something for us towards the end of the season. I do. He is our captain, and we have to understand that. And I think he is a very good player. And I think he will have something for us. But long may the Gyökeres and Kai Havertz duo continue.
Definitely. And obviously, last but not least, you, Ali, obviously thoughts on the lineup, the general, obviously, performance throughout the 90 minutes, and if there was any kind of standout performance for you in the Arsenal 11 or who came on.
Yeah, happy with the lineup apart from Jesus, but then I took a moment. I just took a step back and I was like, hold on a second, let me think about this for a second. And then I was like, mid to low block, that's what we're playing. Jesus, better to feet, gets the midfielders more involved. We may have needed that in the first half, and that proved to be the case. Obviously, we got the first goal. And if you look at how Sunderland were set up, they had a line of blue. So yes, they attacked on occasions, but it was still a very negative approach, right? A little bit better than others, hence why we said, they were attacking a bit more than others. Obviously, Kai Havertz makes a fantastic block in the first half. That could have been 1-0. Pretty much cleared it off the line, early doors. Calafiori back, made a few misplaced passes, put us under pressure unnecessarily. For me, I don't think he starts against Brentford on that performance, but obviously he's been out for a few games, so you give him a bly for that. For me, Hincapié is defensively more sound. Calafiori is a lot more mature going forward, so it's just a muchness in terms of what you want to do. But in the Sunderland game, fantastic ball, like Geek said. Trossard, best attacking player on the pitch in the first half for me. Squares the guy up, looks to go left, and then he just passes it off to Zubimendi. Again, you see a blue line. So they were on their penalty spot. So obviously they've been discussing, right, because we can't break them down going through triangles. If we can push them back, slow build up, they're all well organized, they all push back, they're all going back towards their own goal. Take the shot. Havertz done it, Rice done it, and Zubimendi was successful with it. All three of those shots came in the first half.
He was.
So so take a few more shots from outside the box. I was happy to see that. One of the reporters did ask that question to Arteta on Friday, and I'm glad the boys implemented that. Gyökeres, very happy we came on. Again, game state, Martinelli suits this type of game. They're 1-0 down. They're chasing the game. And then obviously there's a lot more space for our runners to run into. I think the boys were right in saying that Madueke was a bit flattered to deceive. But again, a bit like Eze, he lost the ball and he was sprinting back into some sort of position to stop Sunderland's flow when they had the ball. So all in all, very good performance, solid. I'm happy with how we performed and how we saw out the game. I don't think, again, this is another thing about Man City. Mentally, they know they have to keep winning. And that's going to take a lot that's going to fatigue them. We've been in that position. We've been where Man City are now. We just got to keep focused on ourselves. And it's so cliche and boring, but one game at a time, 95 minutes at a time. Win if we can win the next 3-4 games, for example, and we gain, I don't know, and Man City draw one game. That's 8 points now. So this is why I said at the beginning of the show, they can't afford, they need 13 wins. In my personal opinion, because they need to beat us at the Etihad and hope that we drop points somewhere. We've got Chelsea coming up, we've got Spurs away, we've got Wolves, and we've got Brentford before we got Wolves. And then we've got Wigan in between all of that. So I'm sure the Rices and the Zubis and all this after the Brentford game, they probably won't even be in the squad for the Wigan game. So then they'll get a week's rest and so on and so forth. Again, we play Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 18th of February, which is quite strange because no one else has got a midweek fixture there.
Ali, I think I know what that is, brother. I think what it is. No, you know what? No, it's a league game. So basically, I think what it is that we play City in March in the League Cup final.
Carabao,
and basically, with that in mind, I think we were going to play Wolves that same weekend. I think that's the only explanation I could think of.
Sure.
Yeah,
no, that makes sense because obviously I think Man City are playing West Ham or somebody. Because our game's on the 22nd of March, if I'm not mistaken, against Man City in the Carabao Cup.
That time.
Fine. And then again, so that makes us go first. So this is my point. So we're playing them before City play. So at the moment, we seem to be playing. Obviously, they're going to play against Fulham at the Etihad on Wednesday. We go to the G-Tech Brentford. I'll be there on the Thursday. So maybe this is maybe one of what's that, mate?
The Ali Derby.
Yes, sir. We'll normally come out on top, so let's hope we can win again. But we'll go into that more on Wednesday. But I just got this again. Like you've all said, very professional performance. Looked in control. We kept them at arm's length, and then we just knocked them out with a couple of body shots at the end of the game. Bang, bang. Gyökeres, he's on 8 goals now. He's 2 away from Didier Drogba's first goal tally in the Premier League at the same age. So he can't be doing that bad. And also, boys, Ekitike, same amount of games as Gyökeres. Yeah, I think it's 28 or something. 13 goals each in all competition. But Ekitike is meant to be this world beater. And he's miles ahead of Victor. I thought Victor's hold-up play was decent yesterday in the second half against a very physical side, like we said in our preview. Physical, pacey side. They didn't let us down, did they? No. That's a very good tune-up for Thursday night, in my opinion.
Definitely. Right, yeah, I mean, for me, in terms of the lineup, I mean, I kind of expected the vast majority of the players, obviously, who Arteta went with to play. Obviously, Raya in goal, the back four made kind of sense. I understood why Calafiori obviously came in. Midfield three. I mean, for me, obviously, I said in the preview show that I do want to see more of Eze, but I just think my opinion is I think Arteta, at one point, I've kind of to and froed. At one point, I was kind of quite annoyed that he's not getting his chances. But then the more I've reflected on it, he hasn't been amazing when he has had chances. And I think what Arteta is doing, I think there is an element of protection as well from the manager, from the gaffer, because as we know, he's coming as a new signing, really excited, and things can turn quite toxic really, really quickly. And I would say some fans have even turned on him already. So obviously Havertz coming in, that was a massive plus, obviously starting from the start. I was really surprised he went with Jesus. Really surprised. I didn't like the selection at all, the fact that he was playing. I'm a massive Gyökeres fan. I've always said that for me, because I know we had echoes of Highbury on here a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago, and he was saying expectations have fallen. And my expectations have fallen in terms of the season that I thought he was going to have. But as I said on that show, I think there's context to the style of play, us giving him the ball, etc., etc. So for me, I just want to see Gyökeres as much as possible. At the same time, I kind of did what Ali did. I kind of took a step back and thought, you know what, this is a squad game. The games are coming thick and fast, and at the end of the day, in the past, I have criticized Arteta for a lack of rotation, utilizing his entire squad. So I can't have it. I can't have it all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Calling a manager out to rotate and utilize his squad, and then at the same time, I want to see the same 11 play week in, week out. It doesn't rationally make sense. So at the end of the day, Jesus is the other centre forward we have. He might not be the other centre forward we want long term.
Absolutely.
Right now, he's in the squad. So the fact that he's in the squad, he's got to get minutes. He's got to stay match sharp. Anything can happen between now and the end of the season. So we have to make sure that the players that are making the bench week in, week out are staying fresh. So it is actually good to see that Arteta is 100%. Bringing him on to get that 5, 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. The overall game itself, I thought it was a workmanlike performance. I think I said in the preview that I think we'd win 2-0. I think we'd nick a goal before halftime and finish them off in the second. And I actually messaged Ali when it was 2-0, and I said, "Oh, look, mate, I'm bang on." And then they banged in. Gyökeres banged in the third goal, literally, as I said the message. But I was over the moon. The Zubi goal was brilliant. I think it's going to take
outstanding, man.
It's going to take some performance from another Arsenal player for him to not get player of the season, in my opinion. Gyökeres got a brace. It's lovely to see. 1, I wanted the player at the club. 2, he needs the goals, and 3, it just kept the narratives quiet on the timeline for at least one weekend. And it's brilliant for him as well. It's brilliant for him as well. You can see that he's hungry. You can see that he wants it. You can see that he wants to do well. And I think me personally, he's just going to go from strength to strength between now and the end of the season. And like one of you said recently, if he can go on in the next 13 games to get us anywhere between 6, 8, 9 goals,
then he's done a good first season.
Yeah, it probably goes a long way to us hopefully potentially winning the league. So yeah, I was really happy. I was really, really happy. I thought it was going to be a comfortable win. I think the Leeds game gave me a bit more confidence that it'd be a comfortable win. Good game. Wasn't too sure about the lineup. Decent performance, and in the end, a comfortable 3-0 win. So, yeah, happy days from me. Ali, I know you had your hand up, so I'm going to come to you quickly. But what I am going to do is pop the lineup on the screen, because what we're going to do next is we're going to go through our official player ratings. But yes, Ali, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Gyökeres, that's 13 goals and 2 assists in 28 games.
Yeah.
So that's another way of looking at it, right? Is he
7 away from a 20-goal season?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm
With
sure.
how many
I said
games
he'll
played.
get. I said he'll get 30 GA in all comps by the end of the season. At the beginning of the season. So if we end up playing 65 games, that's us getting to the Champions League final, FA
That
Cup
wouldn't
final,
surprise me one bit. I
etc.
totally agree.
Yeah, I had him pegged about 25. So
and I said all comps. I never said the Premier League. So
yeah,
he's doing all right.
Yeah.
And I think some of the criticism's been unfair, and some of it has been fair. But now I just feel like the team are now gelling with him, and he's gelling with the team. I've heard that he's obviously got his own place now. He's settled in. He's got a girlfriend now.
Got a bird.
He's all, you know what I mean? So
don't tell Angie. Don't tell Angie. Don't tell Angie.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, dear.
His second. He's got a second. So all these things count, right? Obviously, he was he had a girlfriend in Portugal. They split up because the reason they split up was because he was leaving Portugal, not because he had an issue with they had a personal issue. So that would have played on his mind as well. He's got his own. What's the word? I think he's got that mentality. He's a mentality monster. I think.
He's got his mojo back.
And if you see that second strike, that ball accelerated as it hit the net. So when he does rasp a shot, it stays hit.
Yeah, power,
so
100%.
Touch, bang, that's what he's all about.
So you're saying that the new girlfriend's not affecting the legs?
Here. Exactly. Extra touch here, extra touch there. So you know what I mean? He's got his libido back. He's got his goal scoring back. He's doing well. And long may it continue. And I hope he starts against Brentford, because that will be another physical game. Collins, Aja at the back. They've got Yano. They've got Yarmouk. They've got all these players that will break down on Wednesday. But Thiago up front.
Yeah.
So
I'll start Jesus for Wigan
and pushing them back.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through, obviously we're going to look at the official player ratings after we do this, but this is obviously our opinion as obviously the Football Taker panel. But before we get into that, I just want to big up the almost 200 people watching the stream. Thank you so much, whether that's via X or via YouTube. Please do like the stream. Please do subscribe if for whatever reason you haven't. And obviously thank you everybody who is dropping your comments. Drop your comments throughout the show, and I will be bringing them up in the screen as we kind of discuss the next installment of what we're going to be looking at. So I'm going to start with you first, Neil. Obviously Raya is where we're going to start within goals. So what would you give him out of 10 and the reason why?
I don't think he had a bad game. Can't really remember him doing very much. So I'd probably I'll give him a. So one thing about Ray that really annoys me that I have to get off my chest is
say it. I could tell you was thinking. You was all in right. Let us have it.
It just takes so long on the ball sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, just get the play moving. Like I understand it's a tactic, and I understand we're drawing them out of defense, and I understand all of that. I understand trying to get them out of a mid block to get them up the pitch. But I just think sometimes when you pass the ball, I'm like, why have you done that? Just kick the freaking ball. You're a goalkeeper. Kick the ball. But I have noticed Rice and Zubimendi dropping in alongside him in the last few games to sort of stop him doing that. But yeah, so it's just a little frustration. Sometimes I think just get the ball going quicker. Just get it going quicker. You've got the ball, get it going quicker. But from my point of view, you look, he came out, he made a few fumbles when he went up for a high ball. He made a couple of fumbles. They were quite lucky to get away with. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.
No problem. Obviously, over to you, Nick. You've got Timber at right back.
This is one of my candidates for player of the season. He is just. He's just brilliant. I love
Monster.
Timber. He is. I just love the way he plays. I'm like, if he's twin brothers, anything like him, just go get him, bring him into the midfield. He'd be a good replacement for Norgard if we ever move him on or something like that. For me, a solid 7. It's a clean sheet. He done his job, and he's just always energy. He's like Declan. He's like Dex in that. He's one of the engine rooms of the team. I love him. Good honest player.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Brenny, you've got Saliba.
I'll tell you what. He did well. Wasn't really. He did really well yesterday. I mean, you're part of a back five that's keeping another clean sheet again. I just felt at times it wasn't trouble. I mean, Bobby didn't trouble himself or Gabriel. I'm going to give him a solid 7. He could have sat down and had tea and cake.
And obviously to you, to you, Ali. Obviously, you've heard from Brenny. Saliba seemed like he was in cruise control or autopilot the entire game. What did you make of his centre back partner, Gabriel?
Yeah, big Gabby. I think the defence played very well overall. I think Bobby gave the boys a little bit of trouble physically, not with the ball, but just, trying to pin him, grabbing the shirt, a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
I noticed in the first half, obviously, he was on Saliba a lot, but Saliba withstood that and got through that, even on a yellow card. And then Big Gabby, I noticed, then started to move on to Bobby in the second half. And then Big Gabby he's called Big Gabby for a reason.
Absolutely.
He just swallowed him up. Every time Bobby tried to get physical with him, pushed him down like he was a little baby. And then just got the ball calmly, passed it on to Saliba or into Rice or Zubimendi, and then that attack. They were good for 10, 15 minutes in the second half. And we just managed to control it because that centre part of the pitch with Raya, that triangle, it was very, very solid. For me, Big Gabby will get an 8 because, again, he had the captain's armband, and we always say captain's performance, this, that, the other, very composed. He led Saliba through the tough moments in the first half, and then in the second half, he took over himself.
Excellent. Thank you, Ali. Back to you, Neil. We've got Calafiori, obviously, coming in at left back.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one because, like I said, he's one of my favourite players. But I think, for me, look, I'm going to give him a pass because he's only just come back from injury. Yeah. So I'm going to give him a pass. I think defensively, Hincapié, when he came on, looked better from a defensive point of view. But I still think, Calafiori creates so many different attacking threats, whether that be space creation, whether that be movement off the ball, whether that be a final pass, or whether that be a banger that he scored against City. I think he gives you that edge over all the other sort of left backs we have. But for me, look, I can't go and score the guy too high because there were some missed passes. There were some sort of, give
me 1 minute,
defensive. There were some defensive sort of frailties and positioning there.
Yeah, and Echo's coming.
I think it was Brenny's side.
I think it must be Brenny's side. But yeah, so for me, I'll give him a 6.
No problem. I know he's one of your favorite players, so I know you find that a little tough. Obviously, to you, Nick. So Zubimendi, obviously, when I spoke in the preview, I did say that I'd hope that we'd kind of get a goal. I didn't think we'd get an early goal because of how teams set up against us, but I was really hopeful that we'd get the lead before going into halftime. And I mean, what a strike. It was an absolute beauty. I mean, he's actually building a right catalogue. So what did you make of the Zubimendi performance and obviously rating out of 10?
Zubi, you said about the catalogue. He's a bit of a Dennis Bergkamp in the terms of his finishing. He doesn't do tapping. They're all screamers, aren't they? They're all, if you know, you know. Yeah. And just briefly on Gabriel, just going back a second, he's the sort of defender that Steve Bold would appreciate. And again, if you know, sort of thing. Yeah. So props to him. Zubi, what a signing, guys. I know there's been a couple of times, right, that it's led to a goal, a couple of errors. But in the position he plays it in a division that is far faster, far more physical, far more technical than the La Liga. He hasn't had a midsummer break, midwinter break, sorry. He has come to a new country, new climate. Wow. You know, debut seasons go. What a player! And he's infectious. I love the way he plays football. For me, he was, I think, our best player overall for the game for me. So I'm going to say a 9 for Zubi. I don't know if you disagree with
No, it's your opinion.
No, you must
broke the deadlock.
Agreed.
He scored the all-important goal.
Crucial goal.
So-
Crucial goal. Yeah, changed
And the way he
game.
put, on that shot, that the strike that he had,
Oh,
the ball's rolling across him. It's so hard to hit that first time, right?
it's technical.
Some of the pros have said it as well. It's true. And he's purposely hit that ball, G, with the outside of his foot.
To get
It
it.
swerved away from the goal, and it's hit the post and gone in.
Roberto Carlos.
That was the only way he was going to get that shot off, because there was too many bodies in the way.
Yeah.
So he thought, you know what? I'm going to go near post. I'm going to try slice it rather than just lace it. And what an amazing footballer! He's a genius, man. He's thinking that quickly. That quickly.
I don't think Bobby would remember.
Got the ball. It's amazing.
Just reminds me of myself.
I did say
buddy.
in the beginning of the season he was the signing I was most excited about because of just how he could come into the midfield and whether Declan as an engine, because I think this is where Eze's a little bit stuck because you've got Rice in the left hand side playing the left 8 and or sometimes Zubi there. 6. So how do you twist the midfield and who comes in where? And those two have been both so great through the season. I think it makes it difficult for the others that are forming the three to come in with because they may have to play out of position to accommodate the best 2 players in the midfield. But Zubi, brilliant yesterday.
No problem. Thank you. Bernie, you've got Rice.
Yeah, I thought he did well yesterday. I thought for once too many outshone him, but I'm giving Rice an 8 because he just he was just doing his usual. You know what? I mean, with Declan Rice, it's like, it's like it would be very hard to give him a 6, and for in any fixture, and he'll always give you that 7 or above. And I thought, Engine, the way he and Zubimendi, they took control of midfield yesterday. And it was solid. It was solid in midfield. 8 for me. I love the guy. I think he's fantastic.
He is. He's one of those players, that you just guarantee he's going to give you a good performance week in, week out. People often talk about that 7 out of 10, that 7 out of 10, week in, week out player, and he's definitely one of them. I think Timber is the other. Coming to you, obviously, Ali, you've got your guy Havertz. I know you've been bigging him up. Obviously coming to the side. So give me your thoughts on this performance and a rating out of 10 for King Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai, mate. This guy. Listen, since he's been blit, for me, this is the midfield going forwards. I like Rice in the 6, Zubimendi in the 8, Havertz in the 10. And the transitions and the way they rotate, all of them, is very smooth and very natural. And also, he brings physicality to this midfield. He's basically Mikel Merino's frame size, bigger, with more technical ability and quicker. So, and if you notice with Kai, he just gets the ball and looks to pass it straight away. He doesn't want to dilly-dally on the ball. It's like, I've got the ball, bang. I've got the ball, bang. Touch, bang.
Forward
it's not
as
1, 2, 3 touches.
Forward.
So
Forward.
that's why we've got 7 goals in 2 games, away at Leeds and home to Sunderland. He was a big part of that. I'll give him a high 7. He got an assist, had a shot, ran from the halfway line, quick release from Rea. What I've noticed with Rea is he's fast at releasing ball when he's got that ball in his hand.
Not so with feet,
When his feet, everyone adjusts and obviously goes into position, right? And then sometimes our players are just idle. They're just standing there, and he's like, what do I do? What do I do? And then he starts doing this with his hands to say, like, go forward, then he'll come back. So it's a bit of a nightmare, but...
Giving me heart palpitations.
Oh, mate. Some of his long kicks yesterday, he needs to work on that because he was going straight to the opposition keeper. But going back to Havertz, a high 7, I'll give him a 7. I want him to start on Thursday night. And let's keep it moving, man. Great performance, solid performance. He can build on that.
Nice. Obviously, over to you, Neil. You've got Madueke, probably one of the ones that was probably maybe a little bit more disappointing. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on his performance and give him a rating out of 10?
Look, he was never the signing I wanted in the summer. I think most of the Arsenal fans agreed with that. But I think I think we're all entitled to a bad game. And I think let's hope that was his one game. I also think, guys, it's also quite hard to come in and have to replace, Saka, the golden ball, the golden balls himself at our club. So I imagine that must be a pretty difficult task to do
Signed
that.
on for it though.
Yeah, but I think he's done it well. I think he just looked a little bit clueless yesterday, and that could also be down to the fact that Sunderland obviously it has a very good defensive record, and I thought they ushered him really well. But again, I'm not going to kill the guy. I think he's a decent. I think he's a very good footballer. He's very direct, which is what we all want. And defensively, I think he played a better game than he has done recently. So, I'm not going to kill the guy. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, and to be fair, saying that he did have a really good game against Leeds. He got a goal and assist.
Exactly.
So, like you say, obviously we're looking for our players to be more consistent, but nevertheless, he was a game changer against Leeds, and obviously didn't have such a good day at the office against Sunderland. But it is what it is. Over to you, Nick. You've got Trossard.
Yeah, first half, I agree. I felt he was our most likely in the first half. Brightest, and then when all of the substitution, I'm Trossard. I think I'll go a 7, just because of the assist wasn't a mistake. Like I highlighted earlier, he was what he was trying to do. So 7 for me for Trossard.
No problem. Brenny, over to you. You've got Jesus. Obviously, a bit of a surprise that he started the game, but we've discussed, obviously, it's a squad game. Got to keep, all these players match fit, give them their opportunities in the side. Yeah. What did you make of the Jesus performance? And obviously, give him a score out of 10, please.
I've seen him perform better this season, that's for sure. For me, it was I'm gonna probably just give him a 6. What it is, he tries to work hard like he does, but did you notice after we scored the first goal, he could have just easily he was on the halfway line, he could have just easily timed his run. He could have, when you look at it again, he could have easily timed his run and he would never have been offside. And then even before the Lino's flag went up, it was like, well, what are you trying to do? Go around the keeper? I thought he was going to lob it over the keeper or something.
Yeah.
And then he thought he got a penalty. I thought, but he was offside anyhow. So yeah, I'm going to be generous and just give him a 6.
No problem, Brenny. Ali, you've got Martinelli, 60th minute sub.
Yeah, perfect game state for him. Played well when he came on, done his defensive duties. He was taking his man on the right-hand side. He came on the right wing and got an assist at the end. So I'll give him a 7.
No problem. Over to you, Neil. You've got Gyökeres, came on 60th minute, scored a brace. What did you make of the performance? And give him a rating out of 10.
I mean, for the time he came on, I thought he was brilliant. I thought his hold-up play was better. His channel runs were really good. People were finding him. People that want to play forward and want to give him the ball found him. So, I mean, I'm happy. I think had he started the game and played like that for 60 minutes, it probably would have been a higher score, but I'm going to go with an 8.
No problem. Next up, for you, Nick, we've got Eze, 67th minute sub, introduced by Arteta.
Yeah, I felt Eze done okay yesterday.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I feel like it was a Tottenham aside, one of his better performances. Would you?
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
I agree with that.
For that, I'm going to go also on a par with Trossard as such, 7. I want to see him keep going. I want to see that confidence, starting to feel like all of these players that are coming in are having value. Those who start I think it's just like with your Maduekes, when we've been advocating for him to start, you've got to perform. This is what I said last time. Anyone who's out of the team, when you come in, no passengers, you've got to perform. That's how we get silverware. So I liked what he done yesterday. I'll give him a 7.
Nice. Brenny, over to you. Hincapié came on as a 67th minute sub. How did you think he did?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, he's been in great form recently, and as well, I just think it's just it was a solid 6 for me, because I thought the game was done, and it was just about just keeping that clean sheet, really, helping keeping that clean sheet, and so just a solid 6.
No problem at all. And then over to you, Ali. We saw Norgard. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably going to skip past Norgard. I mean, he came on in the 89th minute. The game was won. So
I'm just happy that he came on, and then he was the one who hooked the ball to Martinelli.
Yeah.
So we can give him a 5 for that.
Okay. He came on, see out the game, but he also had obviously, he was kind of instrumental in the third goal that we scored. Now the official player ratings for Arsenal, these are the Sunderland official ratings. I mean, they didn't massively have a great game. You can see lots of 5s, 6s, and 7s there. So we're not going to spend too much time because, quite frankly, I don't really care about how they to be honest.
Bobby's like, what are you talking about?
But what we are going to do is, obviously, now what we're looking at is we are looking at Mikel Arteta, and that obviously is the last slide of the show. So this will probably, I think we need to kind of, take it off the screen at this point. So I will start with you, Ali, because we didn't really go into any depth with the Norgard one. So what did you make of Arteta's performance in terms of team selection, in terms of, I think we need to say how the team played, because when the team plays badly and we lose, we are very critical of Arteta. So in your summary, I want you to talk about the lineup, how the team played, because if they lose, it's on him. Well, if we win, it's got to be credit to him. And then overall, like his kind of in-game management, and obviously the substitutions that he made.
Yeah, look, I think I'll give him his rating first. I think I'll give him for this game a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
For the lineup, obviously Jesus. That brings that score down to probably a 7 out of 10. Where the hell's Brenny gone?
Brenny's like later.
OG's like, see you later,
He's out.
You gave him a
talking about Arteta. Get out.
He needs to leave. He's out. He's Arteta out. But yeah, I think overall, oh man, OG Brenny. But yeah, no, overall, I think, listen, fantastic game. Game management was good. Why? Because we took it out of his hands by scoring. And then obviously as the game went on, as we always say, then he made the right subs at the right time. Even though we were winning 1-0, he brought the subs on early, 60th minute. That's quite early for Arteta. But he probably thought that, we need a bit more energy, a bit more pace and power to keep them pinned back a little bit, because they were getting a bit of joy. Not in terms of final product, but to getting towards our goal, getting a couple of corners, X, Y, and Z in the second half.
Up the pitch,
exactly. And then, I think the Jesus one, like what you said earlier, if we take a step back, he brought him on because he wanted a technical striker just to hold the ball a bit in the first half. It didn't quite work because the ball was bouncing off of Jesus, but in the second half, it opened up as we thought it would, as long as we went ahead, and that's what happened. And then Gyökeres came into his own, and so did Martinelli. And with Eze, I wanted to make that point earlier, is I think Eze made a pass and he lost the ball. And then the camera panned to Arteta. I think it was an injury time. And then he actually shouted to him, "Ebbs, well done, well done." Like, so he's giving him that encouragement. Good. We always say he's not very good with his man management, etc., etc. But you can go watch it back if you haven't seen it. You can lip read him and he goes, "Ebbs, well done," as in to say, keep doing that. And he also encouraged him and praised him for his defensive recoveries as well. So he is doing the man management. Maybe it's not to everyone's liking, but it was nice to see it on camera.
Yeah. Nice. Obviously, we did lose Brenny. I don't think he was very impressed with Ali's scoring of Arteta during the game.
Sorry, OG.
But yeah, if he does come back into the backstage, then we will bring him in. But we'll just go straight to you, Neil. Obviously, so review Arteta's score, lineup, obviously in-game management, performance, and just kind of general substitutions that he made.
Yeah, I mean, I've as you guys know, I say it every time, but I am an Arteta in guy. But I have been very, very critical of him when I need to be. But I can't criticize him for the last 2 games, Premier League games. I'll be honest with you. I think his substitutions were spot on. I think he's rotating the squad like we all want him to do. May not be the choice that I wanted. I wanted Gyökeres to start. But again, I've got to give this guy credit, guys. You know, we're top of the league by 6 points. Could have been 9 points. Had Livershite actually done something.
That's a good one.
I think we at the same time have won every game in the Champions League so far. I know it's only the league phase, but we have won every game in the Champions League so far. We're in a final. We're in a cup final. I don't think the guy is stepping much. I don't think the guy is getting much wrong, if I'm honest with you. You know, he made the tough decision to drop Ødegaard and bring Havertz in. And you know, he's turned around to this guy's probably getting the most difficult questions in the press. I think he holds himself exceptionally well in press conferences. I think he doesn't give anything away, which is what I want my manager to do. I don't want the opposition managers knowing what he's going to do. So yeah, from my opinion, you know, I got to give the guy credit at the moment, and no one's going to change my mind on that because he is doing everything correctly. Otherwise, and G, you said something earlier, the league table doesn't lie, mate. You know, so from my point of view, I think considering where we are and the amount of pressure we're under as a football club from these idiots, these pundits, and so on and so forth, who are just scum. I think, from my opinion, I'm going to give the guy a solid sort of 8. If I'm honest with you, I think he's got lots of things right this season.
No problem. And obviously, finally, Nick, what did you make of Arteta's performance?
Yeah, I'm not Arteta in or out. I'm just Arteta win. I just want Arsenal to win. You know, that's where I am.
Yeah.
He took my line.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Did I?
Come on, G. I was about to say that. That's good.
I like that. That flowed nicely.
Yeah, I did like that.
For me, the substitutions won the game. And then you can say that's making the right call. You know, we're all here talking about lineups, and I guess that's because, you know, we go to our 9 to 5s and do whatever and all the rest of it. He's managing a football club and he knows what's just gone before it. Yeah. He knows the state of the players. He knows what the next 2 fixtures are. And he's looking at it like, I can play that player for 180 minutes, possibly over the next 3 games. So then how am I going to do that? And which minutes do they play? And this, that, and the other. Yeah. So if you're thinking about it along those sort of lines, your perspective changes, right? Because if you've got the medical department in your ear turning around and saying, right, he's low, he's blooming in the red zone, you've got to do something about this. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, he's not long come back from injury, or we don't want to lose him to injury, you know, and you're thinking, right, I've got to pull him off, I've got to give him time, I've got to rotate, this one hasn't, all the rest of it. With all the other things, media, pundits, pressure, win, fans, we all know better. And then you've got players coming in, I ain't happy with this, I want that, you know. Oh my gosh, he gets an 8 from me. It's not easy. No, you know, he conducts himself with dignity. Arsenal are a classy club. Did you see that they put a little tribute out to the Sunderland press officer? We've got a classy club. Don't believe all the hype and the hate that we get coming our way. We're a classy club. And he's doing well. You know, 32, what's that now? 33 games in Champions League and the Premier League, and he's drawn 5 and lost 3.
And the 3 that he's lost, just quickly, It was a worldy free kick off Soboslai.
Yeah.
It was a 95th minute winner at Villa Park, last minute. And it was 2 worldies and a mistake by Zubimendi at Man United.
Yeah. There's context.
So
there's context.
I'm not saying none of us like losing, but let's also put that into context. And there's 13 games left. So if someone's going to beat us, they're going to have a that's the type of thing that individual sides have to do against us at the moment.
Ali, it's Rocky 4. Rocky 4, when he's turning around to Adrian, he's going to have to die in there with me. You know, it's that sort of thing.
Exactly.
If teams want to, they're going to have to die on the pitch to beat us. That's what it's going to have to be. Yeah.
And there's 13 games left, 13 cup finals for Arteta to manage the squad and the players, etc. Starting at the G-Tech. We won there 3-0, I think, last season, 3-1. So let's make sure we go get that W to calm a lot of Arsenal fans' nerves, because it's all going crazy on X and all the other platforms. I don't know. It's like we've got a bunch of kids in the fan base. It's mad. It's like nursery school kids having a go online. It's embarrassing.
If we win, just saying, for anyone who's feeling that the social media vacuum that and all of that it creates. Could you imagine it? Just a what if we do land the trophy, the silverware this season, and we win the Premier League, and you spent your entire season being negative and not enjoying it? What are you here for?
Yeah,
these are the top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League. This is great times to be a Gooner.
Spanners,
right?
Those spanners will be like, "Oh, we haven't won anything yet."
Honestly, mate.
Enjoy the journey, man.
Yeah.
Like any business, like anything in life.
Go and support Tottenham in the Championship.
Exactly. If you're at school, you have to go on a journey to get to your exams and revise and so on.
Ali.
Nothing comes just like this. Yeah. So you got to work hard to get it. You got to go through the lows to get to your highs.
Absolutely.
And I said a few weeks ago, I said it with G when I previewed the Man United game, when I unfortunately couldn't do it on the same day, but that was either going to make or break our season. And at the moment, it's making it, because we got humbled. We've dusted ourselves down, like Mikel said in the following press conference. And now they're going to enjoy and embrace the next 3-4 months. And that's what we should do as fans.
Yes.
I mean, we're like Geek said, it's Arsenal win, not Arteta in. Yeah. So we all want Arsenal to win. And I think we're on the verge of something very, very special this season. We haven't won a trophy in 6 years. We could end up winning 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm telling you now. Amazing. I think football takeover, last game of the season. We all need to meet up in London at a pub in London and watch the final game.
We will. That is the vision.
Definitely. We're going to have to stream on the victory parade. That's what we're going to have
to do. That also.
I will do the 2-hour train drive up to London to do that. 100%.
I'll meet up with you. We'll do it together, buddy.
There you go.
We'll all be there together. We'll organise it. I already got it in my head, but you already just said it on
You heard it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you've heard it.
No, you're fine.
You've heard it here first, people. Yeah, you've heard it here first, people. We're going to be doing a football takeover, link up in London. So yeah, I'm up for that 100%. But yeah, I mean, this kind of brings the end to the show. Obviously, in the private chat, we did lose Brenny. He had to make tracks. Obviously, he's got something else to do. But thank you, obviously, Brenny, in your absence for being on tonight's show. Bobby in the background. If not, what I'll do is I'll give Bobby the nod. Obviously, now he'll bring you up. Obviously, tell the people where to find you and so forth. If not, we'll just go via the screen. So, Bobby, are you there? Can you sort us out? There he is. Thank you, Bobs.
Thank you for another great show, lads. Yeah, you can find me on Football Takeover on X and in the Football Takeover Discord as well. Get onto it if you guys aren't in the Discord, or get into it. It's really good fun. Good bunch of guys in the Discord as well. Really know their stuff about football and about Arsenal in particular. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Hey, you can find me on the Football Takeover. You can find me on the Brenny 74K channel, or Arsenal Above All. Or I've got a new venture, footpicks.com. I've got 1 subscriber in G. You can find me on there as well. But yeah, that's all for me.
Yes, here on YouTube, Football Takeover, and on the various platforms, we are Football TKover. That's X, Instagram, and TikTok. please do share, like, and subscribe, and let's grow this community as quick as we can.
I'm G Talks Arsenal, your host here at the Football Takeover, which is where you will find me. You'll also find me on X, G Talks Arsenal, and obviously in our community Discord that we're building. And on that note, obviously, if you want to be part of the Discord community, we've got over 120 Arsenal fans from all over the country, all over the world. Please do just request a link from a friend if they are in the Discord. If they're not in the Discord, then obviously you can obviously jump on X, send me a DM at G Talks Arsenal, and then we can sort you out with getting you part of that community. Just want to thank, obviously, Bobby in the background for supporting us, for obviously producing the slides, for just being there for me, Ali, the panel, and everybody who watching, despite obviously going through a little bit of a stint of poor health. He's good as far as we know, and he will be hopefully making a return to the channel for the North London derby. I want to big up everybody in the comments, over 208 people watching at the moment. Thank you so much for your support. It means the absolute world to us. Before the stream, we were on about 315 subs. It'd be great if we could get a couple of more subs before the end of the stream. If for whatever reason you are watching and you haven't subbed, please do. And obviously let as many Arsenal fans know about what it is we do here on the Football Takeover. What I will also say is, obviously, as things progress throughout the season, going into next season, we are going to be looking at making plans for other shows. At the moment, we do a lot of previews, we do a lot of reactions, we do have transfer shows, which will be massive in the summer. We'll be getting, me and Ali spoke earlier, we'll be doing at least 2 a week. But we're also looking to maybe introduce next season, or maybe even before the end of the season, a Premier League weekend roundup show, which is something that we want to obviously bring in more kind of rival fans, fans that support, because we are the Football Takeover. It is an Arsenal-based channel, but even as Arsenal fans, we love watching football. Most of us were sitting down watching the Manchester City and the Liverpool game. So we're invested. Earlier, I watched the Brighton game against Palace. So we are invested. Being Arsenal fans, we're still invested in. We're football fans. We're Premier League fans.
Absolutely.
So watch that space with regards to that. I mean, in terms of when we are back, so gonna have to play it a little bit by ear this week. So we are definitely back on Wednesday night. For the Brentford versus Arsenal preview show. We will definitely be back on the Friday night for the reaction of the Brentford versus Arsenal. Both shows will be at 6:45 p.m., our usual time. And then from there, we will potentially be back on Saturday for a preview of the Wigan game, and then Sunday a reaction of the Wigan game. But those two are not set in stone just yet, because we've got to look at obviously my plans, Bobby's plans, and Ali's plans. But where you can definitely find us is you can find us here on the Football Takeover at 6:45 p.m. on Wednesday evening for the preview of the Brentford game, and most definitely the Friday evening for the reaction to the Brentford Arsenal game. But yeah, just want to thank everybody for obviously watching, commenting, subscribing, liking. Massive thanks to obviously Neil, massive thanks to Nick, massive thanks to Brenny. These guys, you're going to be seeing a lot of them. There are regular panelists that we're going to have on most of our shows, so we're really, really glad that they are on board with us. But yeah, what can I say? Come on, you Gunners. Really, really big game. We had an opportunity to extend our lead at the top of the table, and we did. And then obviously we look ahead to the game on Wednesday evening.
Thursday. So yeah,
wherever you are in the world, have a lovely evening. I'm about to go and tuck into my roast dinner.
Go do it. Do it.
I'll probably head off to bed because I've got gym in the morning. But yeah, take it easy, everyone.
Stay happy and healthy.
Take care.
Have a good one.